When I first came to the Shul, I was 24 years old. I really had no idea what this Shul was all about, or what, quite frankly, what the Rabbanos was all about. Over the last 3 years here, I have to tell you, this Shul is so saturated with Chesed. Everyone you turn to, all the people involved in different projects, it's just so incredibly special to be a part of this Chesed organization that the Shul really has become. I consider myself extremely blessed to be working on the heels of a Rabbi Feiner and Rabbi Kopelowitz. It's something that I don't think anyone else in the world can really say that they have that opportunity. It's something I cherish, and it's something I really try to learn as much as I can from. D'racher darchei Noam is what I think about so often when I think about what goes on in this Shul. When I think about the way Torah is shared, with the way jokes are given over, with the way everything is presented, with the way every single individual in this community is dealt with through our rabbi, it's something that just makes me so proud to be a part of. That is D'racher darchei Noam. That's what we're all about. Making the Torah beautiful and accessible for everybody. And that's something that I hope our Shul will continue to do for many, many healthy years to come.
Good evening. Although I'm stuck in Albany, I could not pass up the opportunity to congratulate Rabbi Feiner and the entire White Shul Kehillah upon the 92nd anniversary dinner. Tonight is a great night, and I want to thank everybody for being here. I'm sorry I can't be there myself, but I wanted to offer a special congratulations to all the honorees, especially my good friend David and Tzivy Kopelowitz. Their chesed knows no bounds, and it's about time they're getting the recognition they deserve. As an elected official as well, I also understand the need to have great community partners and organization who can help deliver for our community. Achiezer, under the great guidance of Rabbi Baruch Bender, have done a great job, not only in the aftermath of Superstorm Sandy, but for years and years. I wish everybody being honored tonight a tremendous congratulations. I'm only sorry I couldn't be there to give you a hug myself. Have a great evening, enjoy the night, and I hope to see you soon.
David and Tzivy. I don't know him as David, I know him as Reb David. And to be asked to talk about Reb David and his Eishes Chayil Tzivy, it's not a question of what they do for the Shul and what they do for the community and what they do for Klal Yisrael. I think the question really is, what don't these two remarkable, truly special individuals, what don't they do? And not just in a Hurricane Sandy. And when you need someone to call upon in a time of need in an Eis Tzara, you don't have to call upon Reb David and his Eishes Chayil. They are coming, they are Zrizin Magdim and Lemitzvus, they are limitless energy, they're Kochas HaNefesh, their myriad aptitudes, incredible talents to give to the Shul, to the community, because by them it's always about the enemy, it's always about the other person. Amor ma'at v'aseh harbeh, David is not a big talker. And if you don't tell him what needs to be done, he's going to find things to be done. He's going to be busy all day long saying, can I search for noch an opportunity? If you're looking for people to do things, you don't even have to wait, you don't have to call them, you don't have to email them. They're going to be there. The Kopelowitz family, they are working 24/7, 365, Bali Guzma, for their own family, for the larger White Shul family, and for the family of Klal Yisrael.
My oldest son, Shlomo Dov, grew up in the White Shul. He learned how to daven, he learned how to lane. And then a few years later, we were lucky enough to be able to find a house. And we unfortunately had to leave the White Shul.
So we moved to our house, which is an almost 25-minute walk from the White Shul. At the time, there was no Eruv. And then Shimon was born and Daniel was born, and I couldn't walk to Shul at all. We chose to daven in Shul closer to our house because it was far and just wasn't reasonable.
And our children got older, and we needed to find a place for them to grow up in. And I felt that since it was very good for Shlomo Dov, we should go back to the White Shul. And we did, and Baruch Hashem, it's been a few years since then. And they're growing, and they're learning, and they're davening, and they're running around the hallways. The last few years, our relationship has grown both with the White Shul and the Feiners to such a madrega that it's amazing what they've done for us, for the family, for Tzivy, for myself.
And 25 minutes became nothing. We just go. It's automatic.
Coming from a family of Slonim HaChasidim, I always felt that since, my Rebbe is in Eretz Yisrael, there's always a void that I felt here in the United States. I really didn't have a Rebbe until we went back to the White Shul and I met Rabbi Feiner. It's like really such an amazing madrega that the Rav is on. Until I met Rabbi Feiner, life was really about gashmias. I mean, we davened, we went to shul, we learned, but it was really about having fun in gashmias. And slowly over the last few years, we've pushed away from the gashmias and are leaning to the side of ruchnias. And finally it took Rabbi Feiner for me to realize that it really is about ruchnias. And it's such a good feeling. And Rabbi Feiner and the Rebbitzin have made a change both on myself and my wife and my children.
We didn't have a Rav that we could talk to, that we could ask shilas to, a Rebbitzin that we could talk to, also just life things, and the Feiners have become that for us. My children tell me things like, they're not just our Rav, our Rebbitzin, and their son. We're so lucky they're our friends. My son, Shimon, just turned 10 years old, wakes up in the middle of a snowstorm, realizes he doesn't have school, says, Daddy, we got to go to shul early because we have to stop at the Feiners and shovel. Clean the rabbi's car so he can get to shul, or drive him to shul in our big truck, because that's the only way to get to shul on that particular crazy snowy day. I myself used to not make so much time for shiurim, and I now don't ever miss a Rosh Chodesh shiur. They're moving and amazing every single time.
There was a point in time where the White Shul was like on cruise control. And Rabbi Feiner came in and like, it rose up. It rose up. I mean, it's such a family, or everybody.
Did you cry a lot?
And Rabbi Feiner loves his family. And the whole shul is his family. Okay, I've had enough.
Where are you going?
Where am I going? I'm going to go do some chesed.
His charm is so contagious, vaccines have been created for it. Years ago, he built a city out of blocks. Today, over 600,000 people live and work there. He is the only man to ever ace a Rorschach test. Every time he goes for a swim, dolphins appear. The contents of his tacos refuse to fall from the shell. If you were to see him walking a Chihuahua, it would still look masculine. Dicing onions doesn't make him cry. It only makes him stronger. If he were to give you directions, you'd never get lost, and you'd arrive at least 5 minutes early. His legend precedes him, the way lightning precedes thunder. He is the most interesting man in the world.
I do anything for the White Shul. I can't make it to all 7 minyanim in the morning, but whichever one I get to is great. Stay thirsty for Torah, my friends.
This is a dynamic duo that truly deserves way more of an honor than the White Shul could ever give them.
People have referred to me as a superhero, but I'm really a very simple guy. I mean, I like to do simple things.
Simple things like jet skiing and ATVing and jumping out of airplanes and boats, water skiing, what else? Scuba diving, and drive a really, really big truck that I won't even drive.
Okay, it's really Rabbi Feiner that's the superhero. Just go to one of Rabbi Feiner's shiurim and you'll see he's like really faster than a speeding bullet.
And the Rebbitzin, I'm pretty sure that with her plate so full, she can leap over tall buildings, or at least lift one. We want to thank our family and all of our friends for coming out here tonight, coming out here for us and coming out here for our shul, which we love so much.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank a long list of Rabbanim. It's like the Yankees. I mean, think about it. Rabbi Pelkowitz, Rabbi Feiner, Rabbi Schechter. You know what? It's like we really have an all-star team. And we need to build up the White Shul to Madrega, unseen, you know, anywhere.
Yasher Kochachem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu should give you tremendous siyata d'shmaya, continuing your avodas HaKodesh on behalf of Kol Prat to Prat and the entire Klal, all the work that you do, mitzad HaRuchnius, mitzad HaGashmius. The Eibishter should instill you both with kochas hanefesh and siyata d'shmaya to keep steiging and doing amazing things, growing with your wonderful mishpacha and all aspects of avodas Hashem. Me'achoyel achoyel, with mazel, bracha, and atzlocha, and yidush nachas ad b'lidai that you so richly deserve. Just keep doing everything amazing that you're doing. We have an overwhelming sense of gratitude. We thank you. We will continue to thank you. And we will continue to do our best to honor you and to show you a true debt of gratitude to two really, really very special and deserving people. Mazel tov, mazel tov.